Yeah, and you can see here behind me, even at 18 degrees, the first people showed up here in line at this City MD 2 hours before it opened. About a dozen people in line right now. So there is clearly a lot of desperation as people scramble to try and find a coveted COVID test here in the city. The agonizing hours-long wait for COVID tests dominating New Yorkers' to-do list before Christmas.
I've had to probably shut down a Christmas Eve party I've been attending with my aunt for 45 years. And last year was canceled. So Omicron is not messing around.
Also canceled more Broadway shows, restaurants closing for outbreaks, and the much-anticipated return of crowds to Times Square for New Year's Eve now remains up in the air.
I know many of you are tired. You want to return to normalcy. You want the city you love back, and so do I. But the only way we get our city back is find our resolve once again and face this crisis head on.
City leaders scrambling to redouble efforts to staff sites as they balance the need for vaccinations and demand for testing once again. The mayor calling on President Biden to invoke the Defense Production Act to send more test kits and vaccine to the city to meet the need.
It's an urgent situation and we need to act urgently.
Despite the record-breaking spike in infections, health officials say the Omicron variant is not as severe, especially among the vaccinated, and the number of people going to the hospital remains fairly low.
Omicron has proven to be the fastest, fittest, and most formidable variant of the virus thus far. This is in part due to its ability to evade the immune system.
However, the state has marked a grim milestone since the start of the pandemic. 60,000 New Yorkers have died from COVID complications, according to the CDC.
It'll be a challenging few weeks. We're not here to minimize the extent of the challenge. It will be very challenging.
As far as vaccine deadlines go, today is the deadline for private and religious schools to take effect. Don't forget, the city's public and rather private business deadline takes effect a week from today. However, Mayor-elect Eric Adams says that he will decide whether or not to ultimately keep that in effect when he takes office on January 1st. Reporting live in Midtown, I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Pix 11 News.
All right, Anthony.